Is it because Messi was not outstanding? Is that why you're taking it? Is that the reason?
Not really. Not really.
They played as a team.
Barcelona didn't play as a team.
Okay.
So football is about individual errors, right? You have to capitalize on your opponent's errors. But for a team like PSG, leading 4-0, your keeper comes out like someone who is playing basketball.
Okay.
Okay. Marquinhos is supposed to see the ball out. Well, he was wandering around like someone who was lost. And that allowed Iniesta to steal a match on him. And Lavin Kurzawa to score an own goal. Because probably his right leg is dead. He's not ambidextrous.
Or maybe the pressure, because if you check that second goal, that was an own goal. The pressure was much. I mean, all of them were Neymar was there, Rafinha was there, Iniesta was there, like everybody, they were all on them. Don't you think it's the pressure? But you just kept coming at them and coming at them and coming at them.
Enrique's tactic was wing play. That's why he put Rafinha on the right and Neymar on the left, because he wanted to stretch PSG. He succeeded because the Belgian right back, Thomas Meunier, was run ragged by Neymar all through that game.
Okay. Even
though Neymar should have scored more or should have done better until the 87th minute. Yes. But it was Neymar's game finally. Yeah, he actually, supposedly, it was rumored that he made a bet with some of his mates that he was going to score 2 goals against PSG. And yes, he did it.
That's a jackpot. Okay, let's still take some of your tweets coming in. Tony, we have yours here now, and you're saying, good morning. Okay, yeah, good morning to you too. There was nothing spectacular about Barcelona except for the fact that they played against a very harsh word there, so I'm not going to use it. Very, very bad team and manager. That's like a support for you right there.
Well, thank you.
That's from Tony. And
I don't buy it.
Unai Emery has won only 1 game in 24.
Okay.
Okay, 2 games in 24 versus Barcelona. Yeah.
Not good enough.
You're taking another
more
one?
tweets here. Cecilia Kelvin Amata says, yes, talking about you. He's Barca's win, attributing Barca's win to luck. It's not correct. Barca won by hard luck, not luck.
Okay.
So it's his opinion. He has every right to it.
Well, we have a right to an opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
yes,
other games, you know. Another game. I mean,
yeah.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I mean, he was awesome on the night. Borussia Dortmund needed to win, and they didn't just win. They won in style. 4-0 is
yeah,
hat-trick.
4-0.
And that's where you have it. 4-1 on aggregate. Benfica won the first leg by lone goal, and when they came to Germany, and the Germans had to say, "Okay, you're here, collect 4," and Aubameyang gave them 3. And the American teenager, I mean, 18-year-old Christian had to,
was on the score sheet as well.
On the score sheet, 4-1 ended on aggregate. So you have Borussia Dortmund in the quarterfinals. So next we're going to see the teams that will be joining them. But then from that, quickly we'll talk about Europa League. I mean, the big one everybody is looking forward today is obviously Manchester United and Rostov. Not because Rostov is actually a big team, but because of what is happening there. Jose Mourinho has been complaining about the field. No. He doesn't like the field. He says if you cut that, he doesn't know. He didn't even mention that it's a field. It was like, what do we call that? I was trying to find a word, an adjective to describe it, but he couldn't get something to
but the story
wasn't happy about it.
Yeah, they've inspected, inspections have been carried out, and the match will go on. So he doesn't have a choice. The pitch is the same for the both teams, so they just have to get on the start the match and try and get results in Russia before coming back to play the second leg. But you understand why Jose is a bit unhappy with the state of the pitch in Russia.
Yeah,
Olympic Stadium.
Well, they have a lot of games to play, Manchester United. So
you use the word we.
They.
Okay. Oh, but you got that, right?
I got that.
You got it.
Okay, yeah, Manchester United fan, right?
I think they have a lot of games to play.
Okay, what club do you support? No, I didn't ask you.
I support Manchester United.
Okay, I know that. Yeah, because we are the change
lifelong, passionate. But well, I'm being objective here.
Okay.
They have a lot of games to play. No excuses. They have to play the game. The governing body says the field is okay to go.
Okay.
Well, they have to turn up. No excuses. They have to register a very good result today. They have to come out and the demons bury the demons of the weekend, because that game against Bournemouth
You're still reeling from that, right? You know what? Who listens to Jose Mourinho talking about that pitch that he's not happy about and doesn't even know the players he's going to use for the game?
It's still hard for me to believe that we are going to play tomorrow. I know that we have to, but it's hard for me to believe that we are going to play tomorrow in that field, if you can call it a field. And I don't know which team to play, really. I don't know which team I'm going to play. I don't know if Mkhitaryan is going to play, I don't know.
He doesn't know the team to play, if you can call that field, but you have to play because UEFA said that field is good. So the pitch is okay, so your players will definitely have to play. So just find the players you know you can play. After all, Zlatan is facing 3-match ban, so he's got all the strength now in the Europa League.
Yeah,
Do you think they can actually pull this off for his?
Well, I don't know.
You don't know?
Yes.
Okay, that's not a good one. No.
The other fixtures still other fixtures are in the round of 16 of the UEFA Europa League. We talked about United versus Rostov already. That's going to take place in Russia. In other games, you have Lyon taking on AS Roma. Roma, being tipped as one of the favorites for this competition. Schalke also will take on Mönchengladbach. That's the German side. Olympiacos versus Besiktas. Ghent versus Genk. That's the Belgian derby. I mean, that's about 5 Nigerians in that Ghent side alone. And which of those games are you really looking forward to?
Lyon Roma.
Lyon Roma. Okay, why?
Well, Lyon coming to it. Memphis has rediscovered the spark.
Spark, not fun, right?
Spark.
Yeah, that's very instructive.
Fun is temporary.
Okay.
Class is permanent, yeah. And Roma possess one of the greatest strikers in the world right now. Edin Dzeko is in the form of his life. Yes, top 6 strikers in the world today.
Okay.
Yes, scored a lot of goals, and he absolutely destroyed Villarreal at the in Spain. Really, yeah, they were thoroughly taken apart, and Dzeko was the reason why. Even though they lost 1-0, but the game was already a dead rubber. Yeah. So Lyon Roma is the game to watch. Yeah.
Then obviously United Rostov because of your.
Because of Manchester
No, he said
United.
it. I'm not going to ask him a question on that one. He said he doesn't know what's going to happen in the game. So we're not going to talk about that game.
Because there's one eye on the FA Cup quarterfinal at
Monday,
Stamford
right?
Bridge.
Okay.
Why would you be thinking about that when you know you've been in 6th position since December and you know the only way to get to the Champions League is try to win this one because you have it in your hand?
Because they have to come to Old Trafford next week.
What's the possibility you're going to beat Chelsea?
And they can't win 3-0. They
They
can't beat Manchester United 3-0 today.
Okay.
So whatever happens today, the match is going to be decided next week at the Theatre of Dreams.
Also, it can't be decided away from her.
It can't be decided today. We know what happens there, big European nights at the Theatre of Dreams. Roma can attest to the fact, AC Milan can, and a lot of big European
But
teams.
they've not been good at home this season. You can testify to that. United have not been good at home.
We have won all our European games at home.
No, I'm talking about not talking about overall this season. Talking about both league games and all.
Yeah, drawn a lot games they should have won.
Games they dominated.
Yeah, and Ibrahimovic has registered 95 shots in the Premier League. He only scored 15 goals.
Okay. So what did I tell you? That's home.
Even though he's the best striker in Manchester United.
No longer the Theatre of Dreams that we used to think about.
Always the Theatre of Dreams. Really? You can't take it away.
And Bournemouth, okay.
Well, now that
you can't take it away.
Well, it's not, now that you mentioned Zlatan Ibrahimovic, I mean, guilty as charged. He's accepted that charge, violent conduct. 3 games is going to be out, starting with the match against Chelsea in the FA Cup on Monday. Surely you're going to miss him.
Blessing in disguise.
Blessing in disguise,
for
really?
Manchester United and Marcus Rashford.
Really?
Yeah, Chelsea will not be able to keep up with Rashford's pace.
Okay.
They know how to deal with Ibra, probably. Height, aggression. But this is a different striker. This is a whole different ball game. Rashford running through Gary Cahill. No, Gary Cahill and David Luiz are not exactly the best defense pairing in the world. Yeah, we know that when they get to face spacey forwards, they make a lot of mistakes. We know David Luiz must make a mistake or two
Okay, that's why you're
So
Sometimes.
you're not worried at all that Zlatan is going to miss on the next time?
I'm not worried. It's
26
actually,
goals out of that team.
well, Rashford has to step up.
okay.
That's why Manchester, well, football is a squad game.
Okay.
You can't be overly reliant on one player. He has done fantastic. He has been brilliant. He has been wonderful. He has been excellent. But he's out. He's out. There's nothing that we can do.
You've got to move
We'll
on.
have to put Rashford through the middle, and we'll see what we saw what he did last season. Yeah, and
So
he's
he's very
still very
capable.
good. Yeah.
Very capable. Cecilia, let's get to listen to Ryan Giggs. I mean, your absolute legend for Manchester
The
United.
greatest player.
Okay,
to
of
play
all
for
time
us. Yes.
for Manchester United. That's according to he's been speaking. Ryan Giggs has been speaking on the absence of Zlatan Ibrahimovic for Manchester United.
Fantastic this season. United will miss him, but he can still play in Europe, so he'll still be playing. But it's just one of them things. It was a competitive game with a lot of incidents. A lot of incidents were missed. A lot of incidents were taken care of after the game. So, yeah, you just move on and you deal with it, and I'm sure they will. I've never seen a 23-year-old midfield player dominate games for a whole season. So the £90 million that they paid is obviously what people focus on and what people talk about. He will become a brilliant midfielder. There's no doubting that. I think he scored 7 or 8 goals. Again, not many midfielders at 23 will do that. But because he costs so much, he's compared with that price tag when actually he's done okay this season. Okay, not brilliant, but not really bad. So, yeah, I think a lot of people should cut him a bit of slack.
Okay, that was Ryan Giggs speaking on Paul Pogba. Cut him a bit of slack, and those are his last words. The most expensive player in the world. What do you make of his displays this season so far?
Average.
Average.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mine
nothing
is
more.
very simple.
Nothing more.
Fantastic.
I
He hasn't
expected a
been
lot more
bad.
from him.
Yeah, but why do you think it's taking
Holds
so
the ball
long?
too much. He's not Zinedine Zidane. He's not Enzo Francescoli. He's not Zico.
Okay, so
So,
He's just 23, according to Ryan Giggs.
well, 23 is not young.
Okay.
We'll have
it
to.
is young.
No, not in football terms.
Come
Not in
on.
football parlance.
Okay, you have a problem with his style of play.
I don't
What
have a
is-
problem with the fee.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
what the style of play you're saying is not Zidane, is not Zico.
He
What exactly
holds
is the
the
issue?
ball far too long.
Okay.
He has to release the ball.
Slows the pace.
Trust me, he's very, very talented.
Okay.
He's gifted. He's a special player.
Okay.
But I think he wants to impress people far too much. He wants to show that, what the money spent on me, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his doing. It wasn't his making. It was the price you were put on him, placed on him. It's like a price tag. Footballers are goods. They're merchandise. So the fact that he's the most expensive player in the world doesn't give him the freedom to make so many mistakes. Yes.
Okay.
So what about people that feel it appears that the manager still hasn't gotten the right position for him? And sometimes he plays in a 2 in the midfield, sometimes he plays on the left side of the 4-3-3. I mean, what do you think of that?
He's a midfielder. He doesn't have to play in one position.
Okay.
He has to be versatile.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go to break now, Cecilia. When we return, we'll talk about the Nigerian Professional Football League. A couple of matches were played yesterday. Stay with us.